Welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2014. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. $100,000 has been donated to the Ministry of Health by the government of the Republic of China on Taiwan to help with the fight against the threat of Ebola. At the handing over, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves says the fight is not one which is localized because Ebola is not in SVG or even in the Caribbean. However, he says this country is stepping up its effort in the area of preparation for any eventuality.
And we saw the media coverage, and some may say the media hysteria, which gives us an indication as to what can happen, what is possible to happen. We have taken a number of steps in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Before the end of August this year, we had imposed travel bans on persons from the 3 Ebola-ravaged countries, that is to say, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Conakry, and Liberia. And we had placed, in relation to Nigeria, not a ban, but for persons coming from Nigeria, that they must have certain certification, including a certificate of the test, the accepted international test on Ebola, not taking 7 days, longer than 7 days prior.
Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Boshan said since the outbreak of the disease in West Africa, it has killed thousands of people. Therefore, they see the need to assist with the early preparation to keep the virus under control.
Why we take this initiative? We are lucky, thank God, Taiwan and St. Vincent and Grenadines are immune from this disease. But it doesn't mean that we don't have to build this capacity in prevention of this disease, as Prime Minister just mentioned. Once when this occurred, then there are serious consequences.
Meanwhile, $250,000 has been placed in the budget estimates to deal with infectious diseases, in particular Ebola. That's according to Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves speaking at today's handing over ceremony. He noted that $200,000 is set aside in the capital budget for chikungunya, which the country is still fighting.
There are plans for the stepped-up visits at homes and the public relations and all the rest of it for both of these infectious diseases. I want to say that in the new year we need to ramp it up on both fronts, though that I've been advised that the numbers in relation to chikungunya have been declining in recent weeks, but we can't take chances. We have to continue to address this.
Minister responsible for the public service, Maxwell, says the 2015 budget estimates has been crafted against the background of harsh economic times and difficulties. He says the government is faced with the additional challenge of keeping the public service intact. Charles further congratulated the hard-working public servants who have contributed to crafting the 2015 estimates.
The records show that in 2014, it was 271.4. Then it goes up by at least $3 million to $274.5 million in 2015. The projection is 280 and 284 million in 2016, 2017. Mr. Speaker, under the current expenditure, we also notice pensions and NIS contributions as $57.9 million. In 2014, it was 52.3. 2015, as I said before, 57.9. And the projection is 2016, 61.5 million, and in 2017, 64 million. This government continues, Mr. Speaker, to face the challenge of satisfying people. For when we talk about wages, salaries, pensions, NIS contributions, we are talking about people. And we have that challenge, Mr. Speaker, of satisfying this sector of our population.
Minister of Agriculture Saboto said the opposition is treating banana as if it is the be-all and end-all of the agriculture sector in this country. Noting that there is more to the industry which his government is trying to tap into, Caesar told Parliament he has not heard any member of the opposition talking about the increased prices of arrowroot from 35 cents to $1 per pound.
Most the farmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines growing arrowroot would have ever received. You wouldn't hear that. In fact, those persons from the constituency of North Windward who are listening to the presentation by the leader of the opposition and didn't hear a scintilla, anything mentioned about arrowroot, they are disappointed. But you won't raise the issue of arrowroot because you realize what is happening, that today we are now getting $7 per pound up from $5, and that there is a possibility that there may even be a further increase this year after negotiations.
He said it is important that the government continues to diversify in the agriculture sector.
Bananas have a critical role to play and has played a very important role. However, we have to discuss new ways of diversifying the agricultural sector. So James Mitchell was clear on it. And if anyone wants to have a monocrop discussion in 2014, I will not entertain them.
Still to come, SVG to remember the tragic events of December 2013 with a series of activities tomorrow. More stories on the local scene when SVG-TV News continues. Don't go away. A special event will be held here tomorrow, December 24th, in remembrance of those who lost their lives in the deadly 2013 floods, which wreaked havoc in several areas across mainland St. Vincent. The tragic incident claimed the lives of 12 persons, 3 of whom are still unaccounted for. A national remembrance service will be held at the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church in Pembroke from 3 p.m. This event will be followed by a candlelight march from the church to Marty's gas station. Other activities for the day will include the lowering of all national flags from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Church bells will toll for 1 minute from 12 noon, while sirens on all police headquarters will go off for 1 minute. The entire nation is also asked to stop, pause, and pray for 1 minute from 12 noon in remembrance of that fateful day. After losing his home during Hurricane Thomas 2 years ago and 5 of his family members a year later in the 2013 December floods, Wendell Nanton now has a place to lay his head. Thanks to the Arnhim Covenant Assembly, AFCA, and the Hope for Life Restoration Ministries. The new home at Chumaka was blessed and keys handed over to Nanton, who is seen by many as a survivor. Constructed with building materials at a cost of $65,000 by members of the community who pitched in freely to build the 2-bedroom structure, Nanton expressed appreciation to AFCA, which is an organization which carries the motto, Authentic Voice, Compassionate Action. With just a few finishing touches to be finalized on the home, Nanton has already settled in at his new home with a vegetable and flower garden, which he planted. His heart was filled with gratitude and tears flowed as he toured the inside of his brand new dwelling today with family members, thanking God for sparing his life. Senior Pastor of AFCA, Reverend Dr. Walford Thompson, along with Director of Social Action and Evangelism, Pastor Robert Fitzpatrick, and Reverend Paul Duncan of Christian Education and Youth, were at the handing over ceremony for the keys to the home to Nanton today. They thanked everyone involved in the project.
Pass the keys to Wendell Nanton. Wendell, are you excited about today?
Yeah.
Why are you excited?
Can you build a house for me?
We build a house for you. Well, I want you to know that while I was part of the servants that God used, I want all of the glory and honor to be given to God. Because this house is built with a lot of love and compassion of God's people and care for people here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and also abroad. And we're thankful that today we're able to give these keys to you.
Right.
God bless you. Put your hands together for Wendell. Give me a hug. Praise God.
Dr. Thompson said his organization also pledges to help furnish the home and said that AFCA plans to build other homes to help persons in need.
Doing what we do because we're committed to the whole gospel for the whole man in the whole world. And AFCA as a church and also Hope for Life Restoration, we are going to be involved in building more houses and doing more works of social action and ministry for people who are in need and who wish to work alongside with us, because we do not wish to give just everything to a person. We said to Wendell, if we're going to build a house for you, you've got to work along with us and build a house as well with us. And his brother has to be given much kudos for Basil, who is standing over here. His wife and daughter are back here. He has worked very hard in making this a reality, and we've come down to have this joy and celebration with Wendell and Basil and the rest of the Nanton family.
Like a battle-scarred warrior, Wendell Nanton reflected on that tragic night of December 24th, 2013, when he almost lost his life. The tradesman recalled how he felt helpless and was knocked unconscious by boulders coming down on his family home.
So, Tuesday night, I go sleep about 2 o'clock, and then I smell water come down in the house. So I say, let this young pony, to me, wake up and see water coming out, and the water is splashing. Yeah. And bust me head, a big stone bust me head. One come and last me, I say, hey, please, 12 still. So I come down and ask me my finger. So, and then the Japanese bust me to down there.
Meanwhile, relatives of the Nanton family, Mavis and Chazelle, said that the gesture by the Arnhim Covenant Assembly would have touched their deceased family members.
They would have been very happy about it. You know, if they were here right now, they would be crying. Because there are people, you know, who have a heart, and they'll be crying, their tears running from their eyes, and they would be very, very happy about this. And we're so happy about it as well too, because it's been a long time since my brother-in-law has been without a house, so we are very grateful for this event.
I am happy for my uncle Wendy that he has been given this house, and I hope that this house would be a great benefit to him.
Meanwhile, as the nation remembers the events of December 24th, 2013, SVG-TV News took to the streets of capital Kingstown today to find out from persons doing last-minute shopping their expectations for this Christmas in comparison to last year.
Christmas is going good for now, but you know, last year was a different charge, you know what I mean? So because it was like you just prepare for one thing and like you get another thing. So instead you prepare for Christmas, you prepare for like almost like you could prepare for your death. Oh no, I was just stuck in one area in my mother's shop, just rain. I know it would be having a landslide. Yeah, it was real jam. No, this Christmas wouldn't be like that.
Since that Saturday into the Monday, and all that time we were having constant rain, and we have done seen the river swollen. Even the Tuesday evening when you left up there, when you finish the job and come down. So it wasn't surprising that in the night that such It was more than what we had expected. But we had expected that we might have a small flood, but not in the mammoth thing that we had and the amount of debris that it brought down. Now the situation is a bit different this year. We do not have the amount of rain coming in from November into December. We have a lot of spell, even like today. Last year and now, so we've been having drizzling rain right through. Now we're having a very nice dry spell.
Me and my wife was hanging up curtain, and when I saw the lightning and the rain start to come, and about after the 11, I have to take my kids out of my house and run to the church. So I think it's a warning from God. God is telling us to get our life straight, and when I will like to tell the people in Winston, the Grenadines give their life to Jesus Christ before time change them to eternity.
It was a very difficult time for most Vincentians, especially coming as the Christmas Eve night. So there was not the same spirit again when Christmas morning came and people began to realize how many people were affected. I think it really took away from the Christmas feeling for the balance of that season. I spent a lot of time over the next few days just going around the various constituencies. So it really never was a Christmas last year. Let me put it that way. I'm a Christmas person.
I have friends and family. My kids and family suffered. Friends lost everything. I went and see for myself too. It was heartbreaking too.